This week, our ma'am has been, kind of such a genie guru in my I've been in my life that she turned around my life total three by 360 degree, and then she told me that I don't need any helping staff because the amount of dedication, amount of work you guys would put in for your own placements. Then she told me like, would I cannot expect anybody, any other job member to stay awake, to intimate and everyone through phone call that tomorrow morning we have a campus drive and it was decided in the last moment. So only you guys, you students have a that kind of dedication and willpower to do that. So she always, whenever we were tired or she always put in a lot of energy in us in her own way. You pretty well know she how energetic she always remains and how she puts how she charges everyone. Okay, yeah, we have to do this. Right. So yeah, so that's really, I really miss that now. It's been like 11 years, but yeah, I miss that. I would say that's her love of for the students, because she is not doing anything for herself, right? She is doing everything for the students so that they get a better job, they get a job, and they succeed in their career. So if she, and the things if doesn't she if she doesn't like anything going on, she literally can scold anyone. Okay, you should not be doing that, you have to do that. Okay. So but that's her love for the students, for her team working on it. Jasbir ma'am had a different kind of teaching style. She was like a mentor, not a teacher. So the mentor and the teacher, the same difference is between the Jasbir and the Jasbir ma'am and the other teachers for me. So those were just the teaching staff. They taught us and they moved on to the next class. But Jasbir ma'am always stood with us, taught us, make corrected us, and so she has always been a great mentor to me. Okay, so one of the biggest learning I still I apply, which I got from her, is never say no. Though some of my other mentors or gurus in my professional career, they tried to uh, you know teach me that learn to say no, but I learned from this B ma'am to never say no, and do whatever you can do with your 100% effort, right? So
So, hello everyone. Thank you for joining again. We have one of the Coaching Genie Jasbirr ma'am's best league student with over here out of the second batch of GITM after Tarun Taneja, the second best student in her list of the closest student in her life. One of the medals, Bhanu Taneja, with us. One the example with whom we share with the world in the professional network, in our family members, with all the students who are still there with us in this long journey. And we will be talking and hearing about his experience, how the journey it has been with ma'am for him, and what were the different insights, and how Jasbir ma'am came into his life, what were the changes he experienced, and what were the insights and takeaway he could take away from her. Because there were many students back in those days, but now it's been so many years, we have only the limited and the best and the precious diamonds stuck with us. Among of them, it's Bhanu. So thank you so much, Bhanu, for joining us all the way from Australia. I know it's pretty late over there in the evening,
yeah.
but still, I'm really happy that you were able to make it for us. So please introduce to us about yourself. Where are you right now? What are you doing? And how are things going on with you?
Thank you so much for such a lovely introduction you have given about me, and the pleasure is all mine. This week, our ma'am has been, kind of such a genie guru in my I've been in my life that she turned around my life total three by 360 degree. When I first met her, in 2009 January. before that, and I was in my third year of my engineering. So prior to that, I was just a average engineering student, going to college, doing my assignments and taking classes, go back home, study, do my projects, come back, this daily routine. But when I met her, so I got to understand, learn that there's so much more beyond studies that you need in your professional career going forward. So then she started grooming me, and when we started working together, she groomed me a lot, taught me so many things, taught me so many, gave me so many life lessons, that which helps you further in your life, not just professional life but also your personal and out of office or home life. So like my senior Tarun Taneja and Jasbirr Grover, we just three of us, we used to work together and and spend time and discuss over how to approach organizations for for them to be interested in coming to our college and hiring from our the pool of students we had at that time. We had to and we also worked a lot in giving the PDP sessions to all the students so that they are ready for whenever the companies come for the hiring, because that time was one of the toughest time, because we the world was going through the recession. So and the companies were coming in, but there were hardly few companies which were actually turning out the offer letters and uh, you know actually giving the joining to the students. So that was a very tough time, I can say, but that taught us a lot. We never you know that in placements and everything, there is usually a thing like, once a student is placed, he is not eligible for. So we took that recession things in mind, and we helped each and every one so that they do not just get a offer letter on paper, they also get a joining in well in time. So those uh, 1.5 years when I was in college with just be ma'am was such a great learning curve for me. And I can I still think about that time, what I learned, and how I think about how I was prior to that. Now after that, what I turned means how I groomed into. So yeah, I'm highly indebted to her to for those.
So, as you said that you met her first in the year 2009, you, Tarun Dureja, you and Jasbir ma'am together, right? He just being 1 year senior to you. You guys worked together as well in Aeon, right? Back in the
Yeah,
days as well. And you guys had very special bond, professional discussions are also there. And, strategies to develop the placement cell team was always there as well. So,
yeah,
how do you describe your jobs and your way of coming as a student coordinator of placement cell, because we know that after Tarun you were the main front representative of the students to the companies, like a right hand of
yeah,
Jasveer Grover, working with
yeah.
her to deal with the companies as a student
Mhm.
coordinator, taking in the companies, doing the campus drives, and helping out students to get placed. So what was that journey all about? What were the teachings, and what were the different learnings you took from her while working as a student coordinator of TPO cell at that time?
Okay, so we kind of when we work in a professional life, we not a one person does all the work, right, in our even in our professional careers, so everybody has some designated role and assignments and work to do. So the same strategies we learn from just be ma'am there. And so like for 2009 batch, Tarun was the chief student coordinator, and after his graduation, and I became the chief student coordinator for 2010 batch.
Yes.
So how we managed was we did so many huge campuses like we campus drives. We also did job fairs where where like more than 100 companies came in, and more than thousands of students came in from different colleges, and we had so how we managed those was be planned in such a way that me being this uh, student coordinator, I would coordinate among the other leads we created, like for the entry and registration we created. We assigned few students there for uh, for assign for like the written exams and everything. We assigned few students there. We for other coordinations for coordination between the companies and the students going for the interview. So every department had a few leads, and the further they had other further volunteers, so that nobody is burdened, and nobody's and one doesn't have all the load to run here and there. So that was one of the great learning experience for me, because I got to learn how the things actually work. You don't need to run to all the places and do the work alone. It doesn't work that way. So that's how we did it. So yeah. And other than when we had small campus placement drives, like some company who is coming, just one company is coming. So those have had a different kind of setups, because we don't need a large number of volunteers to do that. So yeah.
That's also the way of explaining your way of managing the things with her, because we know volunteers were a lot, but the kind of authorities and dealing with those things were only limited to you or her, because we could see that you were the one who used to operate her phone, take her phone with
Yeah.
you, the official phone was with you, the dongle was
Yes.
used to be with you, you used to check the mails. Having that kind of trust factor is also very big thing, being a TPO, and being a TPO and trusting her student rather than not hiring any personal assistant or any personal a partner in the from the college as a working professional, but giving that authority to student, like giving her own official phone and official email IDs and official credentials to check on what the communication is going on, how you look that kind of thing personally as your point of view, and what was the learning you felt was very important, and how you felt
uh,
about that kind of authority when she gave it to you.
yeah. So I still remember when once when I was very new there, I asked just be ma'am that like thank you so much for you to be you are trusting us and all, but don't you think the college should have given you some help in and in sort of some few of the teachers or some of the staff, so that so to do that kind of work.
Yes.
And then she told me that I don't need any helping staff, because the amount of dedication, amount of work you guys would put in for your own placements, because nobody is everybody who joined who is studying some professional course wants to get out with a job, right? So for me, the getting out with the job was my priority. So that's why I put in my hard work in the studies and other areas as well. So then she told me like, would I cannot expect any other job member to stay awake to intimate and everyone through phone call that tomorrow morning we have a campus drive, and it was decided in the last moment. So only you guys, you students have a that kind of dedication and willpower to do that. So yeah, she always, whenever we were tired or she always put in a lot of energy in us in her own ways. You pretty well know she how energetic she always remains, and how she puts how she charges everyone. Okay, yeah, we have to do this.
Yes. Yes.
Right. So yeah, so that's um, really I really miss that now. It's been like 11 years,
Yeah.
but yeah, I miss that. Yeah. So like I said, she trusted us with everything. Me being the chief student coordinator, I had access to all the emails and the phone and the dongles, because she would at any moment she could call me and tell me to do work, and she knew that I'll get it done anyhow, somehow, or whatever it is, I'll do it. So, and yeah, so I also had immense trust in her, and we both reciprocated the same trust.
Yep, I agree with that because we know that whenever there were stressful situations like back-to-back campuses for a week, on weekends as well, starting morning at 7 a.m., going back home at night 11, 12, or 1 a.m. or something like that, going to off campus, in-house campuses, you used to be there, volunteers, even the students who were sitting in the campus, but you being the coordinator, even if you're not sitting, you used to be there to organize those kind of things, right? So that
Yeah,
also used to be a very big thing, as a contribute being a coordinator, contributing those kind of things to the team were also a big thing, as a training and placement coordinator. So how do you think that this kind of hands-on experience helped you out in your professional career life once you got placed, when you started to work? Like, how did it help you out?
okay, so and during those times we saw so many stressful situations. We would start I would start from my home, sometimes from 4 a.m. or 5 a.m.,
Yes.
and stay there till like late, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. There've been times when I had to stay somewhere else, on like in Gurgaon somewhere, to because there was no way going back home. So those were the stressful times when it demanded so much from you,
Yes.
like and so it kind of made me used to it. And when I joined my career, have always been system administration and database administration kind of role, where we often get some stressful situations when some production servers or very critical applications go down, and there is being a financial loss to the organization. There is so huge loss going on to the the loss is usually per second. So if the website is if the portal is down for like 1 hour, there would be this much millions of dollars of loss. So you get that the same kind of stress from the leadership. Oh, you have to work it out and make the things work again.
Yes.
So that made me habitual to it. I it doesn't trouble me, and I enjoy kind of those kind of scenarios where
Yes.
the time is of essence, and you have to keep your mind cool. So yeah, I that I learned that coolness from there.
Yeah, I know that the all those things are truly a big learning for us as well. So as you know that she is very tough, have a very tough attitude, authority style, always energetic, and have that aggressiveness of getting the job done. The push is always there. Though there is always a very high pitched tone, the way she commands, the way she points out student to get the job done. So, what do you wish to say about that attitude and how it helped the students to in professional life, and also helped it out students, volunteers, and yourself as a student coordinator?
Well, I would say that's her love of for the students, because she is not doing anything for herself, right? She is doing everything for the students, so that they get a better job, they get a job, and they succeed in their career. So if she, and the things, if she doesn't like anything going on, she would just she becomes aggressive, and she literally can scold anyone. Okay, you should not be doing that, you have to do that. Okay. So but that's her love for the students, for her team working on it. And frankly speaking, when you love someone, you do not want them to fail, or get disappointed. So, and you have to sometimes you know um, be strong yourself and push them harder. so that they put in more effort to get the job done. So yeah, that was kind of her way to push us to do better, I would say. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree
I
with that.
always knew I always knew that she had I never there were very few times when she had to shout on me, but yeah, I always know that if she's saying something, that's definitely for a reason.
Yes, I agree. So, what kind of relationship the kind of relationship people have seen between teacher and students, and nowadays as well. So, when you compare your relationship with her as a teacher and your relationship with the teachers in the college or in the school, what difference do you see in that case? And what would you like to, give any insight or explanation on that?
I mean, her relationship with the students or the other
With the
teaching
student
staff.
like you, with you being having a relationship with her as a student, as a training and
Mhm.
placement coordinator, and your relationship with other teachers. So comparing with them, she's also
Okay.
a teacher. So how do you differentiate that kind of relationship of yours and your relationship with other teachers in the college, and how different would it could be?
Yeah, I would say the other teachers, they also played such an important role in our life. They taught us everything technically. For theoretical, and they taught us the practicals and everything. Because but uh, Jasbir ma'am had a different kind of teaching style. She was like a mentor, not a teacher. So the mentor and the teacher, the same difference is between me, between the Jasbir and the Jasbir ma'am and the other teachers for me. So those were just the teaching staff. They taught us and they moved on to the next class. But Jasbir ma'am always stood with us, taught us, make corrected us, and so she has always been a great mentor to me.
Agreed. Yeah. So it's more like she is a guru to you, with whom
Yeah,
you are still stick with her. Though the distance is there, like you in Australia and India, but we know that emotional bond is always there. She still talks about you, Tarun and Shashwat, always high, because you guys were the main members who were working closely together. And there have been
yeah,
so many students in this 9 or 10 years of experience working as a TPO, but out of that, only few are there, right? And you are
yeah,
those few people with whom she is stick with. So it truly
yes.
shows your relationship and bond you share between her, and the kind of good relationship you have with her. So, just I would like to ask a few other more questions. Like,
Mhm.
there is one thing which I could say, most of us could see this in all the training and placement coordinators have faced this. I guess you were the one who was placed in the very last, being a chief coordinator. Like all the
Yep.
students, all the volunteers, they got placed in companies, like other companies who were doing campus pooling or what, but you were placed at the last, but still you were dedicated towards
Uh,
supporting out other students and helping out them. So how do you talk about that kind of attitude? What keep you motivated that, okay, I should keep on working with her to help out this placement team?
Actually, I was placed, but we didn't get any positive response from that
Yes,
company,
yes,
and
that was also a setback
so
for you and for her as well.
yes, and so I won't say the company name,
Yes, yes.
but yeah, we I was offered and I was pretty happy with that day, but ultimately that offer was didn't turn out to be
Very good, yes.
positive, I would say.
Yes,
So I had to keep looking and keep, because there were some of the organizations where I was even eligible, because there was some companies had strict very high benchmarks for the eligibility.
yes,
So I wasn't eligible for at some, and was for but some companies had different expectations uh, from the uh, from the candidates, so mm, yeah, yeah, I kind of got placed in the end, but I got joining within 2 days after that,
yes.
and that was one of the satisfactory things I had. So yep, yeah,
Yeah, I agree because I still remember whatever happened, but still you were there to support for the campus placements as well, whether you are sitting in the campus or not, whether you are eligible or not, but still driving the campuses, going out, helping her with the positive attitude. So what keep you
yeah,
motivated in that way? Like, no matter what, if I'm not doing
because
that, yeah,
there was just one motivation because there were actually two motivations. One was the Jasbir ma'am. And the other was being not even not eligible for that company and not sitting for that those exams. But my friends were
mhm,
with whom I spent 3.5 years or
yes,
4 years.
yes,
So I wanted them to get the job, and I didn't want anyone to be left behind, and that would have made me happy, me being I got a job and I'm working somewhere, and people are still trying to get a job. So yeah, so I wanted everyone to be pleased and work and succeed in their life. So that was one of the motivations for me.
great. Yeah, I agree because uh, this is one of our teaching, right? Stay till the end, help out others, and you will get the best. And we know that you got the best among other students as well who are doing well in their career. I mean, which is also a great thing in itself as well. So, if we talk about what is there any favorite or interesting memory you have with her which you would like to share with our users?
It's tough to recall any specific, but like I had so many great memories because I remember for 1.5 years we worked together daily, we even the weekends, and
Yes,
even after I got placed and joined Hewitt Associates, then I used to go on the weekends to college with her, for the other campus drives, for the
yes,
I was already working with Hewitt for 3.5 months, and we had a placement drive for Accenture.
yes,
But that was not in our college. It was in one of the colleges in Delhi.
yes.
So I went there. Just before asked me why you are here. Like I said, like when I said the same reason you are here, right? So to to help to help everyone so that they get the job, and I'll try to help as much as I can.
Yes.
So I remember it was in November, first week of November. My brother was getting married next week, so uh, yeah, I kind of remember now. It was in November 2010, and
Yes.
and we had very few students left who were unplaced, so we were trying hard. The other good memories, whenever there was some times when I was very demoralized, I was pretty sad, and then she would, console me like her son. She treats me like a son,
Yes.
Then and I cried on her. She like on her shoulder, and then she put some energy in me, and I was like back on the track. So
Yes.
there have been I had a couple few moments with her like that.
Agreed. Yes, that's been a very amazing journey as well. Sharing all the personal issues, professional issues,
Yep.
helping out together for other students' benefits as well, and just giving back to what you have learned from her to others as well, which became a legacy because you gave that dedication, and after you, she went to other colleges, and with your example, those students also get motivated listening to your stories, and they also followed the same track that okay, if any senior or if one of the students of ma'am could do like this, we should also do it. So you were also one of the motivations for other students as well, which made this legacy going on of her going to other colleges and getting those same ecosystem following up behind her every time she changed which companies
Thank
as
you so much. I'm glad that I can be of some uh, guidance, or examples for somebody to be
Yep.
followed. That makes me immensely happy. I'm glad. Thank you so much.
So any biggest learning, three learnings you have with her experience, which you would like to share, or which you felt, yeah, this is something I learned from her for my own benefit, or something like that.
Okay, so one of the biggest learning I still imply, apply, which I got from her, is never say no. Though some of my other mentors or gurus in my professional career, they tried to uh, uh, you know uh, teach me that, learn to say no. But I learned from this ma'am to never say no, and do whatever you can do with your 100% effort,
Yes.
right? So otherwise there is no point doing that work if you don't have, if you don't put 100% of yourself into it.
Yes.
Yeah. The second learning is, like I said, never panic. Okay, try to stay calm and just think, and the thing will start flowing smoothly.
Yes.
And the other third learning, I think, like, I apply like in day to day life. Always keep a positive attitude and stay happy. There's no like, there was one flow chart we drew. Like, if there's it was like, if there's a problem, and if there's for a problem, if there's a solution, yes, then why worry? If no, then why worry? For a no, if there is you can find work out and find a solution, yes, then no point to worry. If no, then you can't do anything. There's no point to worry, so don't never worry about anything.
Great. So, is there any being working with all the volunteers, having friends, being with you, working along with her? So, if you give any one word to describe her, which you guys used to have, or anything which, yeah, you know that, yeah, this word fits ma'am's personality according to you, what would that be, or what it is which you felt was close to you?
I didn't get that. So her
Any
relationship with other volunteers.
No, no, no. Is there any word which you would like to describe for ma'am, which fits her personality, her way of treating students, and the kind of relationship she had with you for so many years? Is there any word which you would like to describe her in that word?
It's hard to think of one single word, but uh, yes, she was kind of like a mother figure to me,
Yes,
and kind of became mother figure to me. So and I would say she, um, for in one word, I can't think of any specific word as such right now, because she was so many things at once. She was a guru, she was a teacher, she was a mother, and she
yes,
was your friend as well.
yep,
Whom you could share anything or everything with her.
yes,
So I think it's hard to describe her in one word, but yeah, if in one line I would describe her, is she would never think bad of anyone, and she always worked to for the betterment of that person,
yes.
whosoever it is. So
The kind
be
of
it me
mother,
or any other volunteer.
yeah, kind of like you guys used to refer as Mata. I remember that.
Yeah.
That, yeah.
Yes.
So she's Mata to all of you, right? Meeting her,
I used to
meeting
go
her.
to I used to go to her in the morning at 10:15. Bless me.
Ah, I know, I know. You used to come to the cabin, take the blessings, and go to your lectures all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have seen that as well because we used to come to colleges and we used to see your journey as well at that time. So I mean, it's been really great talking with you, Bhanu. Thank you so much for sharing such great experience you have with her. A story, I can say, the way you explained your relationship with her, the way you guys have been together for so long. Though there have been so many students out there who have been
Hmm.
with her, but still there are only few people. And
Yeah.
being among those few is a really big thing for us, for her, and for you as well. which has been such a great thing for us. And I really thank you so much that you joined all the way from Australia. It's still very late there, but still you joined and had a very great discussion with us. So
The pleasure is all mine. The pleasure is all mine. I'm so happy to see her succeed, and she's when she got recognized, it made me immensely happy, and I was like jumping wherever I was. Like, yes, she got that recognition and all. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there. If I wasn't in India, I would have definitely been there with her that
yes.
time. So yeah, so it's that makes me very very happy to see her.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Bhanus, for joining with us. And it's been really great talking with you. And thanks to our viewers as well for watching this thing. And I hope with your video, with your message and your experience, everyone can learn something from it. Have a good day, stay blessed, and
You too.
stay connected always.
You too. Thank you so much. Have a good
Yeah.
have a good night.
Thank you.